Welcome to the Do Better Podcast. I'm your host, Theodore Cooper, Theo Coop for short, and today we're going to be reacting to another text receipt from the content creator, Celebrid. So let's go ahead and get it started. Let's take a look here. Let's see what we got. Take a look here at the text receipt thread from Celebrid. I have not read this thread yet. I've seen it and just came here for the reaction, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. So this reads here. So I let my guard down and I decided to go on a date with a guy I met on Bumble, which is I know is a dating app. He suggested a restaurant for our first meetup. I asked him if he could pick me up because my car wouldn't start for some reason. He shows up in an all-white Mercedes truck. He tells me I could have warned him that I lived on a dirt road because now his car is dirty. This is the first red flag, but I ignored it. Then he made a joke. I hate dirt roads, by the way. I hate driving down those. Then he made a joke about the gas prices and how I lived 40 minutes from him. Second red flag. But again, I ignored it. So however this turns out, you just ignored two red flags. But let's see. I told him after dinner I'll pay to get his car washed and he can drop me off at my cousin's not too far from the restaurant. We get to the restaurant and surprisingly it went okay. We talked and he seemed like a good guy. The bill was almost $150. He tipped the waiter $40. And that's one thing I've noticed when I've seen like these type threads where like women are reenacting stories. They know exactly how much you spent, how much you tipped. That's just weird to me. Like if you're not paying, why would you really just be? Here is where he effed up. When we head out, he drives to a gas station. He looked over at me and said these exact words: "Are you going to pay to fill my tank back up and my car wash?" See, here's the thing. I'm not necessarily gonna beat up on her for living in a dirt road. Like that's kind of that's kind of the chance you take when going against somebody. I'm not gonna say, "Oh man, my car got dirty because it's traveling down a dirt road." You know, and then I'm gonna charge you for that. That seems a little, whatever. He looked over at me and said these exact words: "Are you going to pay to fill my tank back up in my car wash?" I said I would pay for a car wash, not gas. He said then I should have met him at the restaurant like we originally planned. And I do kind of think that's fair. With some things that may be petty to some is not petty to others. Me, I'm not one of those dudes that I would have hit you up like, "Hey, you gonna give me some gas money for this?" That's not my style. But I can understand that considering that they originally were supposed to meet at the restaurant. So I can kind of see feeling a certain way about that. So I go in like we originally planned. So I go in and put $50 on his effing pump and pay for his car wash. He then took me to my cousin's. When he pulled in the driveway, he asked, "Can we do this again sometime?" I told this broke ass to kick rocks. You have okay. Before he goes any further, how can you call him broke when your car was broke down and you didn't even have a transportation to get to the restaurant? Oh yeah, now I remember why he ended up picking her up, because her car broke down. Like you don't even have reliable transportation. Should you really be dating? Because that's something I've seen posted from women to men all the time. If you broke, don't date. And I've always said this about adulthood. You should, as an adult, you should have a job, a place to stay, and reliable transportation. I call that the holy trinity of adulthood. You should have those three things before you even consider dating. And she doesn't have one of those things that's reliable transportation. So how can you necessarily call him broke? Even if you didn't like that he asked for you to pay for that. And I can understand that, but call him broke when you don't even have a car. You don't even have a way to get there. You have an expensive car but can't afford the gas. You offered to take me out, so me asking for a ride ain't wrong. Yeah, it can be considering how far you are. How far you are, it actually can be. I bet he has 3 roommates too. Get a practical car and stop getting cars you can't afford to put gas in, bums. Never, ever again. And like I said, I can see her being offended by him asking for gas money. Well, I can see both sides. I can see her feeling a certain type of way, but I also understand his plight as well. I had to drive 40 minutes because you don't have reliable transportation. Originally, that wasn't the plan. So the car wash seems a bit petty. Just my opinion. Let's go to the next page. And so she posted the receipt. She posted the receipt for the gas and the car wash. Okay. So these are, I guess, the women responding to this. Wow, so he had no problem spending money on a date, but when it came to gas, he low on dough. And then someone else respond balling on a budget. And someone else says he made you pay for gas because you wasn't giving it up, sis. He probably wasn't broke. He was a predator. What? What? Hold up. I don't even know if
Are you stupid or something?
I didn't even know if I had a button that even correlated with that nonsense. And this is when you read stuff like this, was like women just jump to the extreme. He made you pay for gas because you wasn't giving it up, sis. I actually was kind of agreeing with her, initially, because maybe he just not necessarily wasn't giving it up, but you could see the date wasn't going anywhere. Maybe he peeped that vibe. I was kind of rocking with her. He probably wasn't. He probably wasn't broke. He was a predator. Count your blessings. The jump to predator is but that would usually trigger me back in the day. But now it's just I know who I'm dealing with, and that's just extreme. Women thinking extremes, no matter how outlandish those extremes are. They buy luxury. This is someone else responded. They buy luxury cars, but got hella roommates that act like they're balling. So this is when Daphne comes in. She responds. So he's broke because he asked you to pay for going 40 minutes out of his way to pick you up. You're mad because you wanted free food and a free ride there. He wasn't wrong at all. You couldn't even start your car up, so you asked him to pick you up. You sound like the broke one. Someone else responded. At least I was honest. It happened because my car was in the sun all day. Did you read the post all the way? I said I paid $61, so broke where? You got $61. That don't mean you balling. You ain't got enough money to get your car fixed. What do you mean? Just because you spent $60, that don't mean you not broke. Okay, so Daphne responded. Figured you would say that. Okay, so she must have got it. That's Daphne's catchphrase if you're new to her content. Figured you would say that. You must live at O'Reilly then, because 5 days ago you said your car was with them for 2 weeks. So you lied about your car not starting out with your broke ass. Oh, wow. So she put out receipts, huh? So her car was never running in the first place. So let's go to this receipt here. At O'Reilly's, you suck. I took my car to you 6 times to fix my brakes. You still haven't fixed them correctly. I won't spend another dime. I'm reporting you to the Better Business Bureau. Anyone know any good mechanics in Mansfield area? But O'Reilly's is an auto parts store. Like, why is O'Reilly working on your brakes, man? I don't even. So you guys let me know what you think. Originally I thought the guy was a little bit petty. I was a little bit petty, especially for the car wash. I kind of thought that. But after reading the entire thread, seeing that the chick more than likely, now I understand why Daphne said that one point about how you were probably just trying to go out for a free meal, because just a couple days ago you were posting that your car had been out of commission for the past couple weeks. It tells me you never planned to meet him at the restaurant. I can actually see him feeling a way about that. And then also I'm going to go out on a limb and say either she wasn't going to give it up after the end of the date, or maybe he just sensed that it wasn't going to work out with them. They weren't going to go out again. So therefore, hey, shit, I might as well get something. Just let me get this gas money back, man. Maybe I'm tripping. You guys let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys there. After party in the comments. Y'all take care. Be good now. Peace.